Just decided to have a bit of a cry. I googled online. I googled, searched about yesterday, and I didn't know half of what was going on earlier, if any. Holy. I guess I'm lucky to be alive. And so is my mom and cat. My fairy, my pet's fur baby's fairy garden. Oh my god. During the replay, I'll attach some links so you can go look at it yourself. Holy. Oh. I mean, I didn't know. I'm not always home. At least I wasn't always home. I was out yesterday most of the day on a road trip. I ate out. And my mom was with me. I had no clue what I was coming home to. Oh, you can see it in the description what happened. Holy. Oh. So I finally, after helping my mom, and helping my cat, and helping my mom more, I have to do my cat's litter boxes. I have to clean out the old litter, the used litter, feces, and urine. And, and, yeah. And I have to medicate my cat. My cat has a heart condition. And he's probably going to need some anti-anxiety, although I don't want to give him anything. I want him to be completely alert to what's been going on. I don't want him to feel I don't want him to feel frightened that he needed to be sedated, and then does anything more happen around here in this neighborhood that he can sleep through it. He should be he doesn't need anything. He seems fine. He seems better than me, obviously. And he was a bit perturbed about me going out, but when we came home, he was very happy and very loving and absolutely loyal. My best friend ever. So glad to see me. And my mom. And I got a strained muscle in my neck. I have a soft tissue injured. Everyone else witnessed too. Police brutality attacked me. Alleged canvassing in the area, trying to find the identity of the person that allegedly fell, allegedly suicide, allegedly was pushed off a balcony in this neighborhood. And they were told by somebody, alleged property manager, alleged staff, somebody else, that the person out there, I killed my mother, or my mother fell, or my mother attempted suicide. And they canvassed in the area. In addition to that, they had to confirm my mother was living and alive and identified. And I'm like, I'm living in an apartment. I wasn't expecting anybody. I was like, no, you have to get a warrant, don't you? You can't just use an alleged master key if did nobody answer front door. You can't just force yourself in. There was more than 5 of them. One was the alleged coroner. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, my mom is sleeping. My cat is stressed. He was resting on the couch. I'm like, no, my mom is sleeping. And I got a beating. I tried to close my front door so my cat wouldn't get out and wander off and get lost because I didn't care about anybody. They wouldn't allow that. I kept trying to keep my cat indoors. I got harmed. And then they were nicer, kinder, and I got an occurrence number. And then um, I decided, I don't feel well. I really, truly am in pain. And I just want to make sure that I haven't got a fracture or break. I just want to know what it is so I can know what to do. Phone for an ambulance. Phone called ambulance, 911 emergencies. Ambulance promised coming. And then police phone called me and inquired about what happened to me. And I told them I was going to the hospital. The ambulance came, and it's all out there already on my social media platform. All out there on social media forums I used, platforms, many. What happened? And that wasn't us. So the ambulance came, I got on the stretcher. They were very kind and professional. They even locked my front door for me because my hands, I just was in lots of pain. Although I had to carry my purse, my handbag, and a hoodie I was going to wear. I never did until later when I was told and showed that I didn't break it, that nothing was broken, that nothing was fractured. It was just the attack, the assault, muscle strain, and soft tissue injured. I am. Other person, alleged police officer, the police. And while there, the man that's been stalking me from next door and earlier, more than before, during, later, and since August 1994 came out, was the only other resident that came out. Of course, began stalking us more. Thankfully, the paramedics kept us. He could not get on the same elevator as we on, and I got to the hospital. I was given some medication. I have been prescribed, not prescription, prescribed that I can take some Tylenol for pain, and me and my doctor there discussed it, and I can also take and or biotin supplements, pain, and etcetera, pain relief, and I must get my rest. So I canceled my mom trans help rides with my mom's permission. Right, Mom? You wanted me to cancel trans help today? You wanted me to cancel trans help today?
Well, you said you didn't want to go out.
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
And you were here, you were there.
Yeah, well, cancel what you want.
No, that's all I asked you.
Well, I said so.
And,
You want to go out today? Go.
well, I can't. I don't feel well. You were there.
Yes, I said.
And you were here. I'm not arguing, I'm asking you. Look up the word arguing.
I already said.
Use a dictionary before you speak, Mom.
I did.
You were here when the police, well, you weren't here. You didn't know what was going on at first. You were in your room sleeping. It was nighttime. And then later on, when you found out what all had happened, you wouldn't go back to bed to sleep, and I was hurting, so you came with me to the hospital. Emergency. And they showed and told us that nothing was broken, eh?
That's right.
Yep.
I have decided we'd stay home today.
Yes. And I showed and told almost everybody that we knew, I know, and social media what happened. Because we are not guilty. And that man was bothering us more. And the paramedics said weird about that man stalking us in the hallway instead of us. weird. I've said that the whole time. The man has, I don't know, he's a stalker anyway. Don't want to talk about it. Then came home, did that. My mom trans help rides, helped my cat, helped my mom. Cat got medicated. Uh, my mom got helped. And then today, more. I went to lay down. I went to rest. Oh, it must have been a good 5 hours of rest I got with my cat, knowing that my mom and we were in lockup. Not everything was locked, closed, and uh, we were not expecting any visitors, not any guests yet. And then my mom nurse came, and then my mom nurse did her job and went. And I'm like, I was brushing my teeth actually when she came and finished doing that. And then when she went, my mom nurse went, that is, I decided I'm thirsty, haven't had anything, my supplements, some hot water, go get my hot coffee, I need some food. I don't feel like using a can opener or opening very many packages. I don't feel like I was going to have a raw tomato and one and or more olive. And I was thinking, I'd love to do that. I really would. I haven't ate much of anything. And instead, I cooked these. And that's the nutrition facts. Nutrition facts. You see that? And so I'm going to have a serving of that. I've been feeling sorry for myself, my family. Oh, God. So I've been feeling sorry for us. I've been hurting, feeling the pain. I don't care about any other residents next door and across the hall and or on the other side of me. I don't care. I'm not interested. I don't want to know about it. I don't even want to know them more now than earlier. I really truly don't care. I just feel sorry for the family of that other person that fell and or was pushed. I really do. I feel sorry for them. I really do. I'm not that way inclined. I mean, you'd have to really, really try. And I'd fucking thud you back because I'm like, no way, I'm not going over my balcony. I'm not going out on my balcony. No, wouldn't do it. Not going out. Do it maybe when my mom and I are, and pets, fur babies are home. Not with you. You can get out. Go away. So when they left the police the first time, I shut the door in their face and locked up. I was like, go away. They wanted me out on my balcony to go allegedly look at what was going on outside. I was like, absolutely not. Fuck off. Get out. You hurt me. You harmed me. You scared my mom. You were allegedly canvassing and wanted to confirm my mother alive, living, and identity. Although I went out on my balcony soon later. I wanted to see what was going on. I think it was real. And I was like, my windows and everything. I was like, oh my God, there's really a body down there. Holy shit. Anyways, at least I got home. I could use ice packs or heat to feel better in addition to all everything. So I'll probably have a shower to next little while, whenever. Soon, later. I used hot water. I ran myself under some hot water and I've been resting. I know it's cold, but I prefer heat. Heat makes my hands and everything feel better. Maybe the psychological of it all. And the paramedics and all the police after those police came. So since they, and then I spoke to police and those two other police officers came, one alleged sergeant, and then I spoke to ambulance 911, and then the police phone called me, and then I was taken to hospital by paramedics. They didn't care that I'm a witch. They gave me the most. I had the best healthcare treatment. I mean, I probably could ask for food. I wasn't hungry. I asked for water. The staff there gave me water and 2 Tylenol. I don't like Tylenol, although it's better than nothing. It, I could walk. Water. Didn't finish my water, but I drank some of it. And then I was like, fuck that, I'm going to walk. So was the staff there. You want another wheelchair? No. Go to X-ray? Yes. Can you walk? I could try. Can you help me with my handbag? Can you help me get on my shoulder? And away I went. I was like, ah. I had a bit of trouble with my left hand. The X-ray technician witness, she had me do some kind of position and hold on to something. But so when I finally was able to bring it down, it was a real like that. It was real weak down. Other than that, and then I walked back. The staff were like very good about it. And then being the return of the Foody, Beauties, Bellises, post office box, Avril and Pets. Somewhere was open, and I was like, Mom, do you want a coffee? And my mom was like, yes, so I got a small one. I'm like, do you have any almond milk? Yes. Do you have any sugar-free syrups? No. No. I want a double. I just add the sugar then. Only almond milk. And my mom was like, are you hungry? I'm like, yes, I am, but I'm not hungry. I want to go home. So I had to wait for her to finish eating her food and finish her coffee. And then go home. I came home and I was like, oh God, I hope my cat is okay. I hope my plants are okay. I have a cactus and was remaining aloe vera, and my mom African violet and stuff out my balcony, wisteria, marigolds, snapdragons, and some herbs. It's like, oh my God, I hope everybody's okay. I have my dead cat cremations. I'm like, oh my God, is everybody okay? I had to go home and do litter boxes. Clean out the feces and urine. I was like, oh please, and everybody was fine. Except me. And my mom was still shaken up. I went to bed. I just canceled everything. I said, I'm sending my regrets. I cannot come in. Don't know when I'll be. I have to rest a few days. Here is copies of what happened. Here are copies of what happened. And then I Googled online, wonder what happened. And I found out, and I was like, holy shit. And there was a lot of activity around here that I did not know about. I kind of knew something was going on because there was a lot of police presence elsewhere and stuff, but I didn't know. Nor did I care to find out. Like I said, I stopped walking in in my complex a while ago. In addition to that stalker next door going there, I'm like, I really should get a compact treadmill and just use that at home, just to exercise. I have not exercised today whatsoever. Just walking about, limping about, kind of going from one room to another and stuff. But I haven't done any light cardio, nothing. I've just been frightened and in pain. And I had a bit of a cry, which is normal because it's a trauma. The hospital staff said do I cry about it all? It's a normality. I've been through a trauma. I have been traumatized. Same with the two police officers, the alleged sergeant. It was a trauma. I was traumatized. And it continued on. Although by the time the ambulance took us to the hospital, and when we returned, there was no. It looked as if nothing had happened. It actually looked as if it had just rained outside. That's all. It just looked like it had rained. But to accuse me of doing that, and the person said that that was my mother out there, that my mother had committed suicide and or fell and or I killed my mother and I threw her over the balcony. Fuck hell. And I'm swearing because it's freaking ridiculous. Anybody and everybody that knows us knows that we are not inclined that way. We would never do any of that, and I would never do that to my parents, my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, all pets, all fur babies, and all pets, all fur babies, Bellises, and myself, Avril, a Bellis, all others, everyone, everywhere. Everyone should, can, could, may, must, and need showed and told and show and tell. All those, all that, and myself, all happened. Here, there, everywhere. Happened. You see the bruises? There's a historical bruise. That's I used to help my mom on and off taxis, other vehicles, and trans help often. I'm on trans help rides. I'm on the rides. My mother's disabled, uses a walker, uses a cane, canes, walkers, and has other health problems such as allegedly seeing impaired, visually, struggling, struggles, and other symptoms and behaviors, illnesses. And my mother relies on me for lots of help. So does my cat. And I love doing. I just love it. I really, truly do. I really do like my hands lots. What that woman did to my hands, I hope she goes to jail. I'm supposed to file a police report online. I haven't felt well enough to do that yet. The police told me to go online and file a complaint. I have not felt like doing that yet. I have not felt like it. Although they did witness the video live stream of the violent police during, and I was not guilty of anything. I was just trying to keep my family safe and well and happy. I didn't know police could do all that brutality, violent brutality during campusing. I didn't know there was a real serious incident outside. I didn't know somebody had died. I didn't know. It's accused that of being my mother. Without evidence. We had a nice day out. Road trip. Got there, transportations. Ate out. Enjoyed the view. Niagara Falls. Had great socials, very good. I really liked, had fun, enjoyed the transportations home. I didn't know. With canvassing, I mean, wasn't my word good enough? Why couldn't the door remain closed until I got my mother? There's no excusing that they had to come in and walk over and see her face. She could have been taken, she took medication, was drowsy, couldn't wake up. She could have had her face covered with a blanket or sheet or something. They wouldn't let me get her. I mean, they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not touch my mother to see my mother face. My mother was sleeping. She could have had her head, and she maybe couldn't have woken up. They couldn't legally, lawfully employed, removed any sheet, comforter, blanket from my mother's face to see her. They cannot, could not, may not, must not, and needn't touched her. They really should not, could not, cannot, may not, must not, and need not see my mother's face like that. They should have, should, can, could, may, must, and need waited outside my front door quietly, not making any noises, disturbances, and waited for me to get my mother and showed and told my mom to the front door, my front door, and said the police want to confirm that you're okay, that you're alive and living, and that you're not the dead person outside beneath us down on the pavement. That literally fell from a balcony. Being the celebrities that we are, before, during, later, and since Square One, 1389 Cawthra Roads, and Square One Older Out Center, Active Out Center, Mississauga, and all elsewhere, you'd think the police would be tolerant, polite, kind, professional, and employable, instead of all that. Ridiculous. I'm gonna finally eat some food. Nutrition facts per half cup. Oh, 210 calories. Fiber, 2 grams, 7%. Protein, 7 grams. Potassium, 7%. Calcium, 13%. Iron, ferritin, 1 milligram, 6%. So I'll be getting my 600 calories in today. And I'm going to eat. I think I'm going to eat at least a raw tomato with at least one. Coffee. Oh. Maybe not any of those. Just gonna have some shadow. Ow. Ow. Break my fridge. If there's anything else. Have some green onion. I just need a minute to look at that. Want to use a can opener? Want to use a can opener? I don't want to do a lot. That's my foods today. I didn't even cut my tomato in half. That's all I've ate today. That and some biotin supplement. Hot. Ugh. Maybe I should have had a bagel. I don't know. Just didn't feel like it. I don't feel like walking lots today, which is unusual for me because I like to exercise. With and or without future attending more cardio classes and dance classes, with and or without weightlifting, with and or without going to gym more. Walking. can't even lean my hands on the table. They're so sore. And I should be eating more onions. Onions are good for the blood. Keeps the blood thinner. Especially when there's a risk of blood clot. I wish I could find it when I hopefully feel better soon. A recipe to make homemade onion soup without any added protein, without any meat, not any fish, nothing, just vegetarian. This is good. It's been a long week, long month. One of the worst months of my life thus far. Other people. My fish eating foods. I'm going to have a hot tea, my first hot tea today. That was actually considered my second hot coffee today because I had a coffee before I came home from hospital. But I'm going to have a hot tea and hopefully another hot coffee with some almond milk. And then I'm going to take my prescribed prescription antidepressant because I was prescribed that, not because I'm criminally insane, incompetent, uneducated, unemployable, and I didn't work, hobbies, virtual, online, social media, etcetera. But because I suffer depression as the victim, other people, and I had to wait till tonight. My doctor, many of my healthcare workers have witnessed evidence, proof that we were victimized, and who by all those other people. Then in addition to all that, who died, and my cat is ill, and what those illnesses, symptoms, and behaviors are. So yesterday, in early hours this morning, they don't have any decaffeinated coffee because I was having difficulties putting the jar lid on the other day. So I didn't keep that, and we didn't buy any new decaffeinated coffee. And since my mother nurse went away, we don't need any help. We're helping each other just fine. We are doing 80 Absolute Avenue and all elsewhere sections 2A and 2B, like many other people in this neighborhood. And this all happened since other people off and on and off the internet, social media, alleged my mother and I, my parents and I, my mother related to, phone called my mother. I couldn't make out the name at the time. I vlogged it, of course, because I'm not guilty of anything. And it was my mother. She just received a phone call, wanted to know who it was, and couldn't get to her phone, so she asked me to answer phone. So I answered. And then the person guilty of harassment and bullying, cyber, etc., stalking, prejudging. Stop talking to me. She didn't even recognize who I am. She didn't know it was me. If she knew me, she would have known it was me. Ask. And then my mom said, give me the phone. I gave my mom the phone. She spoke to a man. I vlogged and live streamed. And everything has happened since then. Coincidence? I don't know. All that happens before, during, later, and since May 22, 2024. My mom, alleged relative, youngest brother, Factual, Norm Thompson, was to act from my front door and would not leave my ill, disabled, as I mentioned earlier, parent mother be without any more of a stalking, harassing, bullying, abuse, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges, predatory, resentful, rejected, stalking her on and off the internet, and earlier too. My mom ate foods earlier. She had a bacon sandwich and a bagel. You've ate today, right, Mom? Oh, maybe she's gone back to sleep. That's good. She needs a rest. I hope soybean was a blood thinner. I could do with thinning the blood. I had a blood clot. I guess it's called a superficial blood clot, although it was a blood clot, surface blood clot, like I think my skin, and it came out instead of staying in. So I should be having more natural blood thinners. And I've had trouble with my chest problems, chest pain. I had sinus bradycardia. My health record, I was like, oh, I wonder if any good news will come of it. And I was like, that's about the only good news I got. I didn't have sinus bradycardia. It was over 50 and under 70. And I was like, yay, I feel better. Although I don't. So I'm like, I want to frame that. Because usually I'm under 50. I'm under 60. I'm in the 50s and 40s. And then could have been all the trauma, although other people. So yeah. Some of you online haters didn't like fat acceptance and body positivity. I don't care. I'm going to eat what I ate. Today and earlier. I'm going to eat. I mean, some traumatized other people probably do and or do not eat more and or the same and or less foods, calorically, that is, calories. It's what time? It's 7:17 p.m. And this all began happening to me in this neighborhood around 11 p.m. And I was admitted in the hospital between 1 and 2 a.m., I suppose, or soon later. And I wasn't there very long, and I came home around 7 a.m. So I haven't ate anything for 12, well, 17 hours. Just checking on my cat. So when I finish eating this, before I have my hot beverages, I'm gonna go do my cat's litter boxes. Put him up a bit. Get rid of the feces and urine in there. Doesn't that look good? Oh, crap. Made a mess. Myself. Oh well. Put it in the wash later and hang it to dry. Look at all that. Squirt it out. Oh wow, there's comments. I hate that you're also sad today. You know, if you don't eat more than 600 calories a day, your body is going to take from your bones, and you need more than that. I haven't been very nice to myself lately. I'm losing weight, but not in a healthy way today. Let's have a good dinner and get good sleep. I don't know. Onion was a blood thinner. Hi. That isn't what I meant. I wasn't being a hater. I fluctuate between binge eating and under eating. I don't hold any skin in the game of body shaming or body positivity. It does. I like tomatoes. Did you grow it? No, I did not. I did not grow my tomato. Store by bought. Well, I was wanting to lose 10 pounds of body fat, especially around the BMI area. It's dead. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a cup of rice and a tomato raw, some raw onion. I didn't go to the hospital to get medication. I didn't go to get pain relievers, anti-inflammatories. I was quite fair chuffed that they didn't prescribe anything, and they just told me to go home and rest, take some Tylenol when and if the pain was too much, and that I could, with and or without prescribed, that the doctor agreed that I could take some more biotin for the pain. Well, not for the pain, but in order to get pain relief, that is. Seriously. I don't grow vegetables anymore. I would love to grow a tomato plant indoors and just see what happens. I know some can grow indoors. Maybe next year or whenever I can find a seedling or whatever, maybe in a store or a garden center, maybe, or at a center I was at before. And or maybe somebody will gift it to me and I'll just see if I can grow a tomato indoors in my home. I don't use my balcony as often as I used any other balcony. I don't use it there. live off of 600 calories with supplements. It's really weird. I choose not to. I could eat potatoes. I could eat a potato, a serving of potato and condiments, and a serving of rice with and or without condiments, with one or two veg on a very good day when my iron ferritin levels are not too high. I cannot eat lots of vegetables and fruits like I used to. But I can eat rice and potatoes, and I would love more mac and cheese. I don't have any mac and cheese. I love pasta. Pastas. But this would have been a good lunch, you know. Could have had this, and then later on maybe had some mac and cheese and or whatever other kind of pasta with and or without more vegetables. Rice and or potatoes. Do you like me? Yes. Use the like button. Leave your likes. Leave likes and subscribe. The Foody, the return of the Foody Beauties Bellis at Post Office Box Avril and Pets. Avril and Pets Furbabies, Bellis' Fairies Gardens, and Living Well with Sinus Bradycardia. And I'm not wearing one because I don't have that one today to put a ponytail. Colors yellow. Accessories, cosmetics, fashions, accessories, cosmetics. Anytime, anywhere. Yellows, greens, purples. Please. Even if it's just a ponytail, a scrunchie or whatever, you know? Especially if it's already in your wardrobe. And accessories and cosmetics. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel better and I'll be able to open the soup. Be in a container or a package or a can. Have a can of soup. A serving of cream of mushroom. We'll see. And get well wishes. You could send us greetings. Greeting cards, notes, letters, photos, pictures, artwork, gifts. At Avril, at Post Office Box Avril and Pets. You can get that post office box mailing address, the descriptions, those 3 social media of ours. Avril and Pets for Babies, Bellis' Fairies Gardens, Living Well with Sinus Bradycardia, the return of the Foody Beauties, Bellis' at Post Office Box Avril and Pets. And like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll get some monetization online, YouTube, get some money, that way you don't have to spend any postage payments, and or on the dreaded TikTok, one of my least favorite social media. Good night.